Hey guys, I wanted to make a video on emergency food for traveling. A lot of people talk about their go bags, bug out bags, drag bags, whatever you want to call them, which is great. But sometimes I was thinking about a situation that I had this summer. And first, I want to actually come back a little bit. I had my first negative comment on one of my videos, and it had to do with me saying a lot. So I guess this person didn't like that I say that. So anyways, if I offend you, I apologize. I personally don't like cursing, and so I hear people curse all the time, and I used to curse all the time, but the Lord changed that for me. But I don't go around telling people how they should talk. So I apologize if you're offended by anything that I say, but let's get this started, okay? So just if you can, take the good out of this. So, like anything negative in life, you can always change it to a positive if you really think about it. So, if you find anything in here that you don't like, then just try to take out the good, okay? And I'm just trying to help you guys because I was in this situation where it made me start thinking about food for my vehicles. And if you think about it, if you're trying to travel with snacks like chips, bars, candy, things like that, fruit even, it's not filling. It's not like a real meal. And I noticed and a lot of that stuff is perishable. So I was trying to come up with a way to be able to create a simple cook system with a few different meals that requires a little bit of water, as least amount as possible, and quick cook time. And this is what I come up with. So let me turn you around here. And all right, so I got 2 bags here. Now this, guys, this is on a budget. All right, I'm gonna back this off here. So this is a budget. A lot of people just are having a hard time making ends meet, but this is kind of a way to get around it. If you have the food saver, that's going to help. You can buy an inexpensive one, and that can get you by. But anyway, so this is basically the same thing. It's just this is a 15-inch bag from Harbor Freight. You can get them on sale. I think they're about $7 when they go on sale. And this is the 12-inch, okay? I'm going to just show you the 12-inch for now. I'm going to set this one aside. This one I built out for a friend of mine. She travels a lot, and I said, you've got to have something in your car because she's always like stuck somewhere in traffic or, some accident's going on. So I said, you never know. You just don't know. And so let's start with the cook system first. Okay, so this is a little bit smaller system. In here, I actually have the fire maple with the Soto. This is the little stove. Now you need one with the 3 pedestals. So if you buy the one with the 3 pedestals, it's like $82. And this fire maple canister is about, I think it's $25 on Amazon. But it's nice because it has those slots for the 3 pedestals. So I like it. It keeps it stable. And the reason I went with this is because it's made in Japan. But now you're talking a little over $100 for this setup. Within here, I have a lighter and I have a 100-gram butane canister. So everything is in here that I need. Okay, and then I put this in my bag. I chose the Camelback because I needed. If you choose sometimes a cheap version of anything with a bladder, I've had them leak before, so it's better to spend a better amount of money and get a good quality gear when it comes to a bladder, something to hold your water. The reason why I chose one of these is because if you have to exit your vehicle and walk on foot somewhere to get from one location to another, obviously to get home or something, then I think it's a good idea to have your water on your back and your hands free. Okay, so that was the reason for that, and the cook system goes with me. Okay, so I found this cook system. This is on Amazon, It was like $21, $22, and it's actually pretty decent, guys. It's bigger, a little bit bigger, but what I like about it is it will fit the 220 gram. It'll fit right in there. What I do is I put this shop towel around it and I slide it right inside, okay? And then all this will fit in there. It comes with, you know, the cook stove portion, and it comes with this along with fork and knife. But you don't need that. You just need this right here. And you want an extra lighter because sometimes the igniters go bad. So now you have a way to boil water, okay? So, and what I do for my vehicles is I always keep 2 gallons of water in each vehicle. So, and it's distilled water. So I can use it in the radiator if I need to. Now this system actually came with this cup as well, so I just threw it in here for her. So here's what I have, okay? So I food save. This is 2 packs of oatmeal. Okay, I do a little bit less sugar on my stuff, but anyways, these pack really nice. Anytime you food save anything with powder or a package, you need to open the package first, then food save it so that all the air can exit the package, right? So this is super light. I can't believe it, guys. This is like paper light. And all you do is add water, and this can be very filling. You know, if you add a little bit of water and make it kind of thick, it can take you a long ways. Okay, so next I have Easy Mac. Okay, this is something that is you can only find, I think, in Walmart. I couldn't find it anywhere else. The reason why they call it Easy Mac is these are single serve. The idea here is not to have too much food, you know, and a lot of these packages, if you try to make like a full box of macaroni and cheese, it's going to take a lot of water and a lot more time. So these cook much quicker because the noodles are actually thinner. So they look like they're the same size, but they're thinner. So anyways, there again, sauce pack, cut them. I fold it in half and then I food save it. Okay. So just something to add water to. The next is these Knorr. Okay, you guys seen those Knorr rice and noodles and what have you dinners. So I think they're pretty decent. They claim no preservatives and what have you. So, but you get different flavors. What I do with these is I cut the bag that they come in, the pouch, in half. They're actually like a Mylar pouch. So you can use that Mylar pouch and cook. You could just add the hot water in there. But they're designed really for 2 people. So 2 servings. So I break them down. There's usually about 1 cup in each one. So each package. So then I cut that in half. And then half of it goes in one. So I can actually just pour water in this package and boil it that way. Like, I guess cook it that way. Let it sit. And then the other half, I just put... These Easy Macs come in a little plastic package, so I just use it, and I pour the rest of the Knorr in those, or Knorr, whichever way you want to pronounce it, and then I food save it. And the reason why is so you don't get any of the seasoning or any powder going through your machine. Okay, so there you go. You got your cook system, and you got your water, and you got 3 different types of meals. And the purpose of food saving is to keep them preserved for much longer than what the standard shelf life would be. So that's really nice. And then what I have for protein to go with these are I got the white chicken, and like you can get the tuna, okay, in these packets. And these have long expiration dates on them. You can go well past, the best by dates. You can go well past the best by dates according to what I've heard and heard and seen other people do anyways. So these are pretty good option, okay? So, and you have one of these, what I could do is I mix it. I've tried it. I've mixed it in, I cook like one of these Knorrs, and then I mix in, after it's done, one of these packets. So now you got actually a pretty decent meal for one person, okay? So then I added some teas, green tea, black tea, and in there is some coffee, okay? So just in case, you never know, kind of comfort stuff. And then Then more comfort food. I added some Werther's Originals hard candies because, you know, say if you have to walk somewhere, it's just nice to have something like this. I didn't want like Jolly Ranchers because it seems like it kind of makes me thirsty sometimes, so I don't want to be sucking down water when you're trying to conserve it. So then I got these guys here. This is Lifesavers, like the mint ones, and these have a very strong odor to them. So this bag right here is 4x6, and it will not work in my food saver. So it won't suck the air out. It's not designed for this size. So what I did is I just sealed it. And that's fine, you know, but it's just keeping the smell out because these are absolutely, I can't believe how bad this was stinking up my house. So I did this for variety, and also if you're in a situation where you need to really think, sometimes having mint is good. I used to do this when I was testing for the police department and stuff like that, that I would actually take mints with me from Starbucks, those little ones, and I would, because it helps kind of open up your nasal passage and just give you a little bit more clarity. So I just wanted to add these into the kit. So, and then right here's the kit right here. This is what it looks like here, the same one. So anyways, and it's not very heavy, this whole thing. I wanted it smaller for her because, you know, I didn't want a big bag and real heavy. So here is what I've got. The bags I use that I found to be the best are 5x7. If you try to make your own bag sizes, then you're having to use your machine to seal one end. So you're making your machine work. And these are like, you get 100 of them for like $15. So it's just better, in my opinion, to just buy a pouch of them like this. The 4x6, I don't really use a whole lot, to be honest with you. I wanted to try it to see, because the idea here was I wanted to put dried fruit in there and then seal it up, but it's just, my machine won't work with it. Now, important. So if you're trying to conserve water, you don't want to cook in this because then you're going to have to clean it and use water. So if you're having to conserve water, what I did is I found this stuff on Amazon. This is 6.5 by 5 wide mouth Mylar bags. See, they're Mylar here, okay? And then they open, they have a gusset at the bottom. So they will open up and stand up. So what you can do is you pour in whatever you want in this bag, okay? Any of these items, you pour in the bag, you pour the boiling water in, seal it up, and let it sit and cook. Simple as that. And then when you're done, you can seal this back up, store it back in your bag, and then clean it when you have water available and reuse them, okay? So that is the cook system that I've kind of come up with. I'm sure there's other people that come up with plenty of things, but it was just kind of important for me. I'll keep one of these in each car just to be able to know and have the comfort of saying, hey, you know, there's, you know, 3 days, probably 3 days worth of food in this. So now you can go with Mountain House or something like that, the freeze-dried food. These are more expensive. You're looking at, I figured it out, it's about almost double the price if you pay full price for one of these, which are about $10. If you buy these like in some kind of bulk, like a pail or something, then sometimes you can get these a little bit cheaper. But there again, this is for 2 people, really. I mean, this is actually has 2 servings, so I would probably break this down anyways and food save half of it, just like I did all this other stuff. So, but these have everything in it, you know, it's just up to you guys. It's just something, I kind of enjoy doing stuff like this. It's kind of fun. And a couple more things. I'll end the video here pretty quick, but I want to show you a couple of the useful things that you can throw in this bag as well, okay? First is a headlamp, a good headlamp, and you don't need to spend a lot of money. I bought these for work, for my duty helmet and stuff like that, riot helmet, and they work really well. Princeton Tech. This is the Fred version. You can get them for $20 on sale, typically $25 not on sale. And I'm not looking for the brightest light, okay, 200 lumens. What I'm looking for is longevity. So I want the batteries to last as long as possible. So if you look at here, you got run times. I mean, on spot low, this will run, you probably can't see it, but 41 hours on low. And then it's got a red low that will last 130 hours. So, and what's nice is when you turn these on, they automatically go to the red. So you're not going to like give away your position as much, like if you really are in a tactical situation. So it's really, these are really slick. I like them. Gloves. I love these gloves. I buy them by the buckets full from Harbor Freight. You can get them like $2 on sale, and they fit your hand. Once you break them in, they fit your hand kind of like a rubber glove. So you got a lot of dexterity. You can shoot, you can reload, you can do anything with these gloves. The only bad thing is, yes, they're bright, but I use them for everything, working on cars, pulling weeds, every little thing. When I leave the house, these things go on my hand. So I have new ones here just to kind of show you, but I keep these all over the place in every vehicle and in all my bags. A hat. I want to show you this hat because usually Walmart carries these in the summertime. I stocked up on them because they're so useful and handy and protective. So these hats made by Swiss Tech, okay? And what I like is they have this inner flap that comes down and protects your neck, okay? So it's tucked in there. So anyways, you see how that works. But these, I actually keep these in my bags as well because, you know, these are things that you don't think about, but if you have to walk somewhere or be out in the sun and you're baking your noggin, you know, it's kind of a, you can burn, and then you got other things to worry about. So anyways, I hope you guys found this video useful, and please, you don't know the situation that you can come across when you're traveling, you know, and it's just good to have good food that you can heat up and have a good hot meal, okay? So anyways, any suggestions or comments, feel free to let me know, or if you have anything else that, you know, you think might be a good idea, you know, let me know. So you guys take care. Have a good week. Bye.